Good morning, y'all. It's Sunday morning. It's November the 10th, and I'm Rachel, and I'm gardening for butterflies and for myself on the Alabama Gulf Coast in Zone 9A. I don't know why it's always so hard for me to say that. And the reason why I garden mostly in containers is because armadillos dig up almost everything that I put in the ground. So I'm trying to thwart the armadillos, but some things do make it, as you'll see in just a minute. But we've been having a great week. It is 75 degrees out here right now. It's been a little stuffy for November. So it's we've been sweating when we've been playing out here. But my husband has been hooking up the electricity to the potting shed, and he did something really cool yesterday. We had to shove the conduit under the sidewalk, and he was trying to push through with a little pole, and it wasn't going well. So he took the water pressure, high pressure thing, and shoved it under there, and that made it work. And so I'm going to show you a little bit of that because it's kind of fun. Duh, just came to me, pressure washer. But I'll show you that in a second. I've been cutting a few more things back. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, I took cuttings of my Salvia leucantha. I'm going to show y'all how I did that too. And this zinnia is just having so much fun right here in the middle of the path. And it's funny, I sat here and watched a Gulf fritillary yesterday, and it would go all around and kind of flit around and look at these other flowers and come right back around to the zinnia. I even got a little bit of video of it on the zinnia. It's just like, that is the best juice. That's what they say. They're like, oh, and I potted up the cleome. My cleome over here in the center, the one that just started from seed miraculously in a pot. Put it in a bigger pot and put it in the center of the garden. And I've got another little cleome that I'm gonna repot. I've had to pull out some things and cut some stuff back, and so I need to rearrange a little bit. You can see the Salvia leucantha is just scraggly and yucky, so I cut that one back right there. And then that way up there, that is that Queen of Sweden rose that went crazy. But things are still really being visited by bees and by butterflies. There has been a lot of activity in here. They're making one last push. Oh, I wanted to show you this too that I discovered yesterday. So this is, I don't know if they call it cascading ruellia. It's some kind of ruellia, and it kind of just oh, you can see right here. Isn't it pretty? Well, anyway, I had a pot of it, and it had grown over the side, and I guess it had rooted itself in the ground, and I don't know what happened to the pot of it. I can't remember what I did to it. Maybe it died. But now I've got this just growing right here with the diamond frost euphorbia, and then right here you can see there's a little bit of frog fruit right there. It's looking so pretty, and since I'm taking cuttings of things, I'm gonna try to root some of that. It should be easy since, look, it did it all by itself right here. And then you remember this, I had to cut that back, and look at it now. Wishbone flower, also a kind of trailing kind, and that it made its own little other plant over here. And this floppy thing is that licorice plant. See how, okay, here it's in this pot, and then it grew up into this penta right here, and it had also grown up into something else. Look, this floppy stuff right here, look how much this is. Look how far it goes. Licorice plant will grow huge, and I love it. I'm gonna get in close so you can see what it looks like close up. Look at that. I want more of that. I love the gray-green whiteness of it, and just the way it looks with everything else. It loves it here too. Another zinnia just coming up in this pot where I cut the coleus back. And then here is spent gomphrena, and here is fresh gomphrena. Isn't it amazing? It just seeded itself, and then, you know, this sweet potato vine, it's the most colorful thing here, which I am appreciating it a lot, because otherwise everything would be brown and gross. So old spent gomphrena, and then some fresh gomphrena. my popcorn cassia has fallen over. So it was sturdy and upright, and I don't know what happened to it, but I'm gonna show you the back side of it. Look at that. This is its backside, and it just lost its ability to hold itself up, and it has fallen forward. Oh, look, I'm gonna get in close on those though. Aren't those cool? And this popcorn cassia, the reason why it's called this is because when you rub the leaves and sniff them, I mean, it just smells just like popcorn. I know it's bizarre, it really is, but I've enjoyed having this in the garden. I love its coloring and its pattern. It's just so interesting. I'm definitely gonna get another one next year. I got this one from Slay's Nursery in Alberta. So I hope that they always have them. I just saw a long-tailed skipper already skipping around. We had a little bit of a rain shower just a few minutes ago, and so it's a little damp, and they went all to hide, and now they're like, hey, I think it's gonna be dry. I'm gonna come back out and get me some juice. Oh dear, I just discovered a monarch caterpillar on this random milkweed that I have. And then yesterday I had another milkweed and another monarch on it. I've got to cut these back. But then, I think I might end up grabbing this one and just raising it and seeing what happens. Hopefully it won't be affected by that OE parasite thing. Isn't it cute? See these naughty things? I think these are milkweed beetles, and they like to suck the juice out of milkweed seeds. I mean, they're rather colorful and pretty, but they do keep me from getting seeds, which is aggravating. Go fritillary on the volunteer zinnia. It's November 8th, and I'm about to take some cuttings from this Salvia leucantha, otherwise known as Mexican bush sage. You can see there's lots of material to make more, and these things are super easy to root. Last year I propagated 2 sets of Salvia leucantha, and I did one in the middle of October, something like that, and then one set another few weeks later. And I've discovered that the ones that I did later did better, grew faster and healthier. But this year my experiment is going to be, I'm going to try rooting them in these somewhat shallow pots, and then also in these deeper pots, and see which ones root and grow faster and healthier. I filled my pots with just regular yellow bag Miracle Grow, and I'm going to soak this
potting soil really well before I do anything. I'm just gonna make sure it's soaking wet. I'm kind of gently doing it so I don't blast the soil out of the pots. I just want to make sure that it's wet all the way through so that when I put my material in there, it'll be damp. They'll stay damp. We don't want them to dry out. I'm going to poke holes where I'm going to put my cuttings, and I'm going to do them on the outer edges of the pot. And I can't remember why this is, as far as, I think it has something to do with the rooting, but I'm just going to do it on the outer edges. The other thing is, when they grow, they'll have more space like that, you know, but this one, I guess, I'm just going to do it there, there. Of course, I can turn these if I need to, but maybe bumping up against the side of the pot gives the roots a reason to go around. I really couldn't tell you why, but Monty Don is the one who recommends doing that, so I do it. I just trimmed back all the old growth on this Salvia leucantha, and I'm going to use it to get material to propagate. So you want to pick a piece that's about 6 inches long, and here's a good one right here, and you want to cut it underneath a leaf node. So I'm probably going to cut it, and because I can't do it with, well, I can't do it right now, I'm just going to show you. I'm going to cut it right there. I've got about a 6-inch piece here. What I'm going to do is cut off all of these leaves, all here, and then I'm going to leave these last 2 leaves right here. I'm going to pinch out the top. This is what I have left. And then I'm going to stick it in this hole right here. Stick it down, and I'm going to just kind of press around it, not too hard, but you know, just push it down, and then that's it for that. Something else I've experimented with when taking Salvia leucantha cuttings is, you can see this stem is kind of thin, and it is still a little, well, they all are velvety, but then look at this one. See how thick this stem is? I wondered which one would do better, and as far as I've been able to discover, they're both the same. It doesn't matter whether it's really thick like this or thin, it does grow. Now I've put my cuttings in the potting shed, and I've put them against the wall that faces south, so that, well, you can see I get light here through the roof, but I never get full sun on this because this wall is blocking it. So I get this kind of filtered light through here. It's not dark, but the sun never shines on them, so that they won't get burned. And then I'm going to just gently mist them and keep them from drying out, and eventually they're gonna root. I can't really tell you how long it'll take, but I'll keep you updated. I need to mist my cuttings to keep them just kind of fresh and damp, but I took these 2 days ago or so. Sweet little tree frog. Things are moving along with the potting shed. We're about to dig a little trench right here so that we can bury this conduit, so that, well, it's going to go all the way to there, so that we can have power in the potting shed finally. So it's going to be so cool to be able to turn on the light in there and have a heater rather than having to drag an extension cord. So yes, so all my winter potting garden dreams will come true. Digging a hole for the conduit. Making the hole so we can shove the conduit up under the sidewalk. Using a pressure washer to blow out the area. It's making a little bit of a mess, but we'll wash that off. Had to blow out an area through that side so that we could put the conduit. Got the wiring shoved through the conduit. And it's all up in here, all the way to where the power is gonna come out of the building right there.
Thank y'all so much for coming along with me in my garden and seeing what's happening. It's been a joyful fall for sure. God bless y'all. Y'all have a great week. I hope y'all get to play outside, and I will talk to you soon. God bless you. Bye.